one talking about Jangala candle by Maison Bougie. The notes in this are mint, basil, and lemon. It's supposed to smell like a mojito, like a citrusy mint drink. And I've had this for a bit, and I've been burning it to test it out, and I have kind of mixed feelings about it. I guess I'd rate it like a 3.5 out of 5 so far. When I first got it, I was like, oh yeah, okay, this smells pretty good. And it does. It smells pretty much like what you'd think from those notes. I think of like the mint, basil, and lemon, sort of that mojito vibe. And yeah, okay. So first of all, I do think that the burn time claims are accurate. I think they claim 50 hours. I was skeptical of that, but I burned it quite a lot, and there's still like 2/3 of it left. So I'll give them a fair rating on that. Again, the scent itself smells fine when you're not burning it. Smells perfectly good when you are. I wasn't thrilled with the throw, aka projection in candle language. It was interesting because maybe it's something where people, or at least for me, go nose blind to it, because I can burn it for like an hour or more, and it was just thinking like I don't really smell it that much. I left the room, came back, and then I could kind of smell it more, and it was perfectly nice, but it didn't like spark joy, so to speak. And I'm way less picky about candles than I am about wearable fragrance in terms of what I'll use. Basically, my only criteria for a candle, granted, I want to pick, I'm not going to have a million candles at once, so it's not like I'm just going to get anything, but in terms of whether I think like, okay, yeah, that was worth it, is if it made the room smell better. Point blank, that's it. And didn't give me like a headache, doesn't feel nauseating, etc. But basically, a lot of things go into that though, because that, I don't care about projection for wearable fragrance most of the time, but I absolutely care about throw for candle, because I'm not going to put a candle 2 inches from my face or nose or whatever, so I want to be able to smell it. But more importantly, the main reason for me that I like candles, one of the biggest ones, is that I like for the room to smell good, especially when you have pets, which I do, a dog and a cat. I'll take whatever I can get to help cover up any grossness or just make the room smell better in general. And I wasn't blown away by this. I think it was perfectly nice, but it just wasn't. It's not like some candles where I try where I'm like, ooh, I really like that, or like, okay, yeah, wow, that gives off this warmth, and you can just kind of like, sense how much it's throwing or projecting or whatever while it's burning. So I would say if you could get this on sale, which I did, they used to sell it at Lucky Scent. I don't think they do anymore. I think it was on clearance or something for like $25 or $30. Then yeah, I think it would be worth it in that case. And it's really like beautiful, jungly type of looking thing. But I would not pay the full price. I think this goes for like $65 at full price. To me, I feel like if I'm going to spend that on a candle, that's a lot. Like, I'll buy so many samples of fragrance and just, oh yeah, and they're like, $5 or more each sometimes. But a candle that can last a million hours or whatever, it's like $65. How dare you? But yeah, it doesn't blow me away, and I do think it's overpriced for what it is. But at the same time, if you like the idea of a mojito, kind of a chill vibe of that mint, basil, and lemon, not super strong, and just kind of laid back, maybe you would like it. It also, I get a little bit sick of it when I smell it for too long. Almost in like when you're chewing double mint gum or spearmint gum, whatever, one of those kind of mint gums, and when you put it in your mouth, it's like, yeah, that's so good. Ooh, like, hey. Fast forward with gum like that, probably 5 minutes only later, and it's just like that minty taste. I mean, first of all, a lot of the good part of it goes away when it's gum, but then when you're just stuck there chewing it, and it's like, okay, I really don't want to be tasting this mint anymore. Like, get a tissue or something, get this away from me. That's a more extreme version of kind of how I felt when being around this for hours. So yeah, again, 3.5 out of 5, because it does smell pretty good. It does seem to have some throw if it's like kind of making the room smell better, if I notice it when I leave and come back, but it does not spark joy for me while I'm burning it. So it's not something I would purchase again for that reason. Weed has been smoked, candle has been lit, so I'm actually going to lower my rating on this a little bit. I think I said, like 3.5 out of 5, and I had already burned it a bunch of times before that, so it's not like, oh, this is my first time, and whoa, it actually sucks. Like, I had used, a decent amount of it, but it just really gives me that like old stale gum feeling. Not that it at all actually smells like that, but something about it when I just smell it for too long, it does not. Yeah, like it smells good maybe in small doses if it had better throw, but it takes a long burn time for it to get, better throw and coverage around the room. So overall, I would say no. Like, I'm actually not going to finish this, I think. So yeah, maybe I'll lower it to like 2.5 out of 5. It's not like terrible or anything, and there's aspects that are good about it, but for me personally, this is just, yeah, I probably wouldn't buy it again.